Well, welcome to 2021. How are you feeling about the day that is today? It's, of course, the 7th here in Australia. It's the 6th in the US, most of Europe, all of Europe. I didn't know how I felt about 2021. I had intended to do a reading for 2021. Some cards already came up kind of towards the end of December for a reading on the year, and I haven't done it. I've put it off because it's not I wasn't one of those people that were like, thank God 2020's gone. I don't need 2020 to go. So I thought it was an amazing year that has just full of extraordinary gifts. And I wasn't fearful about 2021. I'm not fearful about what's to come. I'm not fearful about that. But I think I kind of felt like I was in a bit of a holding pattern. I didn't know how I felt. I felt like I was in a holding pattern. And, I think the time when you set off New Year's intentions and what's your word for the year and all that kind of stuff is, I think like we're beyond that. We're in the time of put your seatbelt on, strap yourself in and get ready for the ride, because that's, live in the moment, hang on, get through the day, stay in your power, and, just breathe. And if you don't like what it looks like, just hold on for a minute, because tomorrow's going to be completely different. I mean, that's what we're living now. So that holding pattern energy definitely changed today. And today I felt like, well, welcome to 2021. And if this is your energy, I'm going to love it. I'm going to love it. So here's my take on what's happening and why people are having such a different experience already of today, of what's going on today. So my excitement really came in when I saw David Martin give a talk on Fauci's crimes, and that he's a criminal and he needs to be arrested for his crimes. And I thought, wow, this is being said in Washington on a stage, microphone, and transmitted across the world. Love it. Love it. And if that's the year, keep going, keep speaking out, keep standing up, keep revealing it all. And then, of course, on the flip side, there are people who are seeing today as a disgrace, a disregard, a falling apart of all things they hold dear, of their values. So I started to think about it like this, and I started to think about, here's kind of, if we think about it like a big family dinner. Dad's at the head of the table, and Dad has been keeping secrets for a long time. Dad has run things his way. He's manipulated the whole family. He's in control of the money. He's done with it what he wants. He's controlled the narrative. He's controlled every member of that family. And he's fucked them over royally on plenty of occasions and continues to do so. Mum is at the other end of the table, and she knows what Dad's up to. And she's been working up her courage, learning to stand in her power to call Dad out. She's kind of gone there a few times, but not enough family members were willing to listen, right? They say, oh, she's on the plonk again. She's talking a whole heap of shit. Don't worry about it. Don't listen to it. But over the years since their last family gathering, enough family members know that she's telling the truth. And enough family members are egging her on, and they're excited. They're excited that she's going to stand up. She's going to do it this year. She's going to stand up. She's going to expose him. She's going to tell the whole family what's been going on. And I fall into that camp, right? I'm one of the family members that goes, come on, Mum, stand up and do it. Do it. We're with you. We will support you. Do it. It's time that everybody knows what's going on. So we're kind of part of a group of beings that are in this excitement today. And I could feel it. I was in the car driving up to Olinda, and I could feel like this whole group of beings jumping up and down with excitement. At the same time, you've got family members who have a dream and a vision about what our family's like, and they don't want to let it go. They're not ready to let it go. They might have doubts. They might have concerns. They might have seen things that don't add up. They might have seen things that just don't sit quite right. They want this to change and that to change and that to change, but they're not willing to look at the cause. And so they're on the other side of the table and they're going, okay, we don't like where this is going. We don't like where this is going. And they're the group that are looking at today, and they're looking at, well, the narrative that they're really tuning into is this narrative of racism and riots and look, it's all falling apart. This is why, someone else needs to take over. It's all falling apart. The thing that the group that I'm in can see, the group that say, yes, mum, stand up and talk about it, is that we know that dad manipulates the narrative. And the narrative in the bigger picture, of course, of what we're talking about is the media. So dad manipulates the media. Dad manipulates what stories come in and out of our family. Dad manipulates what we read as a family, what we're exposed to. When we turn the TV on, dad's actually controlling the TV. When we read a newspaper, dad is controlling the newspaper. Dad controls the narrative. Dad controls what we have access to unless we find ways to get our own information. So that group that is caught up in that, oh my God, look what's happening, don't yet understand that dad is controlling that narrative, and he's doing it like a rattle to say, don't listen to what she's about to say. She's about to stand. She's there. She's already standing. Mum's standing at the end of the table and she is spilling her guts. She's going, this is what you need to know about dad. You need to know this. You need to know who he hangs out with. You need to know what he's been spending our money on. You need to know what he's willing to put our family through. You need to know that he doesn't care about our well-being. She is spilling it all. And we're sitting over here. We are clapping her. We are cheering her. We're going, go sister, do it. Say it all. And the other group cannot even hear her because dad is playing blaring music from the stereo that is diverting the attention over to there and making their nerves, making them go, oh my God, have a look at all this, have a look at all this. And then dad's not only doing that, dad is going, and your mother's at fault. Your mother is feeding this. You need to make sure she shuts up. And then, of course, there's the group that are the out-of-town relatives that are all going, I don't even know what the fuck's going on. I've got no fucking idea, right? So they're the group. They're a brilliant group. They're the group you want to have conversations with because they're the group that are starting to go, I don't know what's going on, but shit in this house is toxic, right? They're the out-of-town family going, yeah, I'm glad I don't live here. But, of course, we all do. We all do, right? We all do. We can look at the US and go, oh, my God, look, it's falling. Same shit, different country. It's all the same. It's all the same. Above the charade of conflict between countries and different narratives and different leaders and blah, 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 it's the one story. It's the one toxic stream that feeds the lot, right? And they're all at the source of that. They're all hanging on to that and being fed by that. And we're the ones that are going to come along and go, nope, not feeding it. Nope, not feeding it. Do not get your news today from mainstream media because dad controls the narrative and dad is a toxic fuck. He has been one all our lives. It is time, turn that noise down, turn that stereo down, get out in nature, tap into your own intuition, tap into your own sense of what's going on. There is a groundswell of excitement today. The year has begun. It is going to be just reveal after reveal after reveal. And if you are going to get battered by every single one of those, oh my God, do not get your news from mainstream media. Find sources that resonate with you and just tap into that energy of those of us that are so excited that it's being revealed. It's coming up. It's coming out. We're on it. The ride, of course, last year, you could say, well, last year was definitely the start. It was, but last year was just, oh my God. Last year compared to one day alone in this year felt just like just laying a little bit of groundwork for this year. We are building, we are getting in that elevator, and we are like probably going to go up a floor in a day. So let me know how you feel, and let me know whether you feel how I felt. Did you feel like in a bit of a holding pattern and a bit of a like, I don't know how I feel about 2021, and then how's today been for you? And I hope that family analogy helps you, because the reason I used it is because we can all relate to that. We can all relate to that. That stuff happens in every family and in every extended family, and those roles are filled by someone in every family. And of course, it's not always dad that's toxic. It can be mum. Dad, of course, is just symbolic. I'm just using dad as a symbolism. Could just as easily be mum, just as easily be an uncle, an auntie, granddad, whatever in your family. But we're looking at the patriarchy, and so that toxic masculinity, we're looking at that. I'm not going to get into that. This video is not about that. If you don't like me using dad, change it in your mind to mum. Who cares who's toxic? Someone's toxic and they need to get the fuck out.